Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Blame It on the Stars, where we give you an inside look to what's going on in the universe so you can blame your problems on the stars. It is Jade here.
And it's Kara.
And this week, Libra season begins. We're going to be talking all about what you can expect and give you a general overview of the transit so you know what you're getting into up front. But in case you missed it, last week Mercury retrograde ended. Also, there was a new moon in Virgo. If you want to know more about what you can expect with that, then definitely listen to last week's episode before diving into this one.
And just to give you a heads up, next week we will dive deeper into the full moon in Aries and how it affects you as opposed to the brief overview that you will hear in today's episode.
And with that being said, let's dive into it. So as we do with all season episodes, we give you a general overview as to what is to come. But since the sun enters Libra this week, we'll be diving deeper into that one now. And then all of the other transits that are coming up, such as the full moon in Aries, solar eclipse in Libra, Mercury in Libra and Scorpio, Venus in Virgo, Mars in Scorpio, and Pluto retrograde ending, are all going to have their own episodes where we go more in depth as to what you can expect and how it affects you. But for today, we'll give you a little taste of what's to come so you have that monthly overview and you can kind of know what to expect in the weeks to come. So with that being said, the sun enters Libra, also known as the autumnal equinox, on September 23rd at 2:50 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Per usual, the date and time are from the website astroseek.com. So how this affects you. During Libra season, you might find that you're seeking more balance in your life when it comes to your relationships, your work, your personal life. Libra is represented by the scales and for that reason is associated with balance and harmony. So balance and harmony becomes very important during Libra season.
Also, because Libra is ruled by Venus, and Venus is the planet that deals with our relationships and creativity, you might feel more drawn to spend time with others and to start pursuing creative activities, expressing yourself through different mediums, listening to music, creating art, or even curating your wardrobe.
Now, there are some key dates you'll want to pay attention to. These are the aspects the sun will make to some of the other planets during Libra season. The first one is on October 18th. The sun will be conjunct the south node and opposite the north node. This might be a day where you're remembering things from your past, revisiting old versions of yourself, and taking inspiration from those memories.
And then on October 20th, the sun will be conjunct Mercury. This happens at 1:37 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is a really good day for communication. If there's anything that you've been meaning to tell someone, or if there's any important writing, emails, messages to send, that would be the perfect day to express yourself and reach out to others.
And then on October 21st, the sun will be square Pluto. This is one of the more challenging days. As you might notice, you're running into some conflict with authority, but at the same time, an aspect to Pluto could add some sense of empowerment, so it's not all challenges during this time. Now, everything else that happens during Libra season, as we mentioned, is going to have their own episodes in the weeks to come, but we're going to tell you a little bit about them now so you know what to expect. The first thing will be the full moon in Aries. This happens on September 29th at 5:57 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. What you need to know, Aries energy is very independent. So during this full moon, there could be this strong desire for more freedom and autonomy in your life. You might also notice that there's a lot of energy. Aries is a very energetic sign. So that's just something to keep in mind if you notice that you're feeling a lot.
So if you do find that you have a lot of excess energy and you're feeling a lot of things at the time of the full moon, one way to release that energy, because full moons are all about releasing, would be through physical activity such as exercise, going for a walk. It's just a way to physically channel all of that energy. And did want to mention that there will be a trine to Pluto, which will really be enhancing the intensity of this full moon, but it also can be very healing.
So the next thing that happens during Libra season is Mercury entering Libra. This happens on October 4th at 8:09 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So how this affects you is that you'll be more willing to work in collaborative environments. You might notice that in work or at school or wherever you are in life, that teamwork is going to be more of a focal point, and communicating and working with others is something that's just going to be more apparent even in your social life.
The aspects while Mercury's in Libra are challenging. So we're going to go into way more detail about what this means and other themes you can expect. In that episode, there's a square to Pluto, and there also will be some interactions with the North and South node, which do represent our past and our direction in life. So yeah, there's a lot of layers going on, and we'll need more time to really go in depth.
Now, the next thing that happens in Libra season is Venus entering Virgo. This happens on October 8th at 9:11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. What you can expect is paying more attention to detail in your life during the transit. When it comes to the relationships you're in, you might notice the small things and really begin to appreciate them a little bit more and be more willing to do those little small things for others.
So as for the aspects for this Venus transit, we do have a little bit of a mixed bag. We have some trines. Venus will be trine Jupiter, Uranus, and eventually Pluto throughout the transit. However, there also will be an opposition to both Saturn and Neptune, which will bring about some challenging and confusing energies. So you will definitely want to listen to that episode to hear the key dates that you should look out for.
And then the next thing that happens during Libra season is that Pluto will station direct in Capricorn. This happens on October 10th at 9:09 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. What you need to know is this is about to be the second to last time you'll experience Pluto in Capricorn now that the retrograde will be over. Pluto will be in Capricorn one last time in 2024. So just know that your time with Pluto in Capricorn is almost over.
And also a reminder that Pluto is an outer planet, so it is affecting us on a societal level. In your own personal life, it might take some time to really understand how Pluto and Capricorn and the retrograde periods have affected you. It's something that's better understood in hindsight when you're looking back and reflect on that time of your life.
2 days after that happens, Mars will enter Scorpio. This is October 12th at 12:04 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that could be the 11th if you're on the West Coast, and make that one day after. But something you should know about Mars entering Scorpio is that you'll be feeling a lot more intense and passionate about the things that you want to achieve in your life. When it comes to the goals or the things you're working on, you might be willing to put a lot more effort in than you normally would have.
And this transit also has a lot of aspects to it. There will be positive aspects to Saturn, Neptune, and Pluto. However, we will have an opposition to both Jupiter and Uranus, which can bring about some intense and unexpected energy. So again, this is an episode that you're not going to want to miss.
Especially because in that same episode, we're also going to be talking about the solar eclipse in Libra that happens on October 14th at 1:54 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. How this affects you is that solar eclipses are going to bring a lot of intensity in your life. Eclipses are known to be catalysts for change. So if you're finding that there's a lot of really strong emotions coming to the surface and you're really looking to have some type of a breakthrough or a change, all of that energy is going to be coming to the forefront during the eclipse. Since Libra is represented by the scales, again, this is all about finding balance in your life.
And again, there will be some important aspects that happen at the time of the solar eclipse that are going to affect how this energy is expressed. There's a conjunction to the South Node and also a square to Pluto, which is helping us look at the past so that we can move forward.
And then the last thing that happens during Libra season is actually the day before Scorpio season begins, which is Mercury entering Scorpio. This happens on October 22nd at 2:49 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. What you need to know is that Mercury in Scorpio will be setting the tone for Scorpio season, encouraging us to have really deep and meaningful conversations and get to know people on deeper levels.
And again, throughout this transit, there will be a lot of different aspects. Some of these sound familiar. There's going to be a trine to both Saturn and Neptune. an opposition to Jupiter and Uranus, and a conjunction to Mars. That is a lot of information and key dates, and we will go more in depth into it in that episode.
But that's pretty much it for Libra season. Happy fall, everyone. I hope you listened to this with a pumpkin spice latte in hand or any themed fall beverage for the vegans like me who can't get a pumpkin spice latte from Starbucks. But if you're curious to know how any of these transits affect you on a more personal level, such as maybe the eclipse or Venus entering Virgo, then this is your reminder that we do offer readings. Readings are hosted on an app called Intro, which allows for FaceTime style calls. We have readings for as short as 15 minutes to as long as 1 hour. You decide what you want to talk about. When you go to book the reading, there's a slot where you can type in your questions and we'll be able to answer them and pull up your chart on the call face to face.
And if you've never booked a reading with us before, then you can use the code STARS, all caps, STARS, for $20 off your first reading.
And just a reminder, next week, we're going to be talking all about the full moon in Aries. So if you want to know more about that, then stick around for next week's episode. But until then, if you want to stay in the loop with us and what's to come, make sure you're following us on social media. We are on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at BLME The Stars. That is all for now, and we'll see you all next Monday. Bye.